You ready?
Yeah.
This one is owned by the Bancrofts, who founded and now own, well, their son is actually the president now of Bancroft Contracting. They're a company that does heavy industrial construction up and down sort of the New England coast. And this house is very, very period original on the interior. Bake oven, wide pine floors, just absolutely spectacular. They no longer live in that house. They built the reproduction salt box on their side lot, which we're going to come up upon. And this house will probably be for sale again. It was on the market for $595 when they took it off for just to give it a rest.
Country club and the golf course.
This is the reproduction salt box built maybe 2 years ago by Mary Alice and Al Bancroft. They did a really beautiful job.
That is incredible.
It is. It looks very appropriate. The barn was actually built first about 6 or 7 years ago. And they built the house to it when they decided that the old house was too big for them.
That was a Chevy truck.
Yeah.
I thought that was a Chevy.
Yeah. That's the Bancroft family's antique truck, and they use it. You can see they're hauling leaves with it. They use it. This house belongs to the Episcopal minister in Norway. I don't know a lot about the history of it, but it's very interesting. The exterior shingling and everything on this is really pretty.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of detail on it. Quite early. I don't really know the history of this. It belongs to a retired couple here, and it's pretty immaculately maintained inside in the way of being antique. I've only been in it once or twice.
You know, there's nice glass ball lightning rods.
Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous.
Another nice barn.
Yeah, very nice. There's even a glass ball on the
oh yeah.
On the weather. It's like a weather vane lightning rod.
Yeah.
I don't see that many of those.
There's the coastal Virginia house.
Yeah. I think there are some modern houses on Paris Hill. That's one of them. It belongs to David and Carol Dow.
Well, actually, it is a reproduction, but it's just more the coastal Virginia style.
Not New England. They have 2 girls, one in college and one who goes to Hebron Academy with James.
What's this little office here?
I don't really know. It belongs with this really early case down here, and I don't know what the history of that building is.
Well, something tells me Lifestyle Enhancement Group was not the original.
No, that was definitely not the
occupant.
original use of building.
Hannibal Hamlin was destined for obscurity until his lifestyle enhancement.
He enhanced his lifestyle by becoming a Republican from a Jacksonian Democrat.
Ah.
I knew you'd enjoy that.
The trees are starting to pop a little more.
They are. And it's just such a sunny day. I mean, it's just such a beauty of a day. Don't know much about that one.
The other
Yeah.
modern.
We do have some regular houses. This one we're coming up on was built by the Marble family, obviously in the second half of the 19th century, and is now owned by a radiologist down at Stevens Memorial Hospital and his wife, the Villadrones. I've never been in that one. This one had the cover of Downey's magazine in 2000, shortly before we did that year's house tour.
Treehouse.
Hey, how you doing?
Nice. Why not?
I know.
Like this.
How can it not be nice? I know. This house was also built, I believe, by the Marble family. If I remember it correctly, this was built for the daughter of the family next door.
Ah.
This is now owned by Sally and Bob Harkin. She's a real estate agent up in Bethel, and Bob is a part owner of Cold River Vodka Company, which makes handcrafted vodka out of Maine potatoes. They're located in Freeport, Maine.
Nostrovia.
Yeah? Don't know much about the history of that one. That's the one that has the brand new rebuilt barn. The family who lives there is originally from California. And they're very, very nice people. Have very quickly become involved in the community in a lot of ways. This house belongs to a woman who is a master gardener and horticulturist. It's a newer house, but her gardens are phenomenal, and she tried to build it in a very traditional style to kind of fit in with our community. She does a lot of volunteer work down at the McLaughlin Foundation in South Paris, which is a public garden.
More work?
Yeah, this one's getting some work. This is owned by Matt and Meg New, who really don't live here most of the time. They have a lake house in Poland where they live most of the time. And this one's getting some attention. It's just been repainted, and I don't know what else they're doing. It's like roofing, huh?
It's like metal roofing.
Metal roofing. I would like to have metal roofing.
Yeah. And I think that's about all I have on this one.
Okay.